Well, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday in
Yeah.
Easter.
In Easter, yes.
Yes.
Well, I was looking, we're like mid-May before we hit Pentecost.
Yeah. But
So-
it's coming up. We
Yeah.
are knocking on the door of May.
We
right
are. By Friday, is it?
now. I think so.
It's Friday, yeah. So where does the year go?
Where does the year
Where
go?
does
It's
the
a good
year
question.
go, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anything new with you?
You know what? We're rolling on towards the weekend. I have to look at really diving into summer schedule and making sure stuff is set for all the stuff we need, like Vacation Bible School wise,
Well, I
renting
did.
vans wise.
I did catch you sitting on the floor, going through stuff in your office.
I'm starting to collect. There's a process where you got to go inventory all the stuff we have. Do we have green pom poms somewhere? Do we
good question.
have hand mirrors somewhere? And we do. We have those things, but it takes
But you got to make
back
sure
and
you have
forth
it.
finding those things, and then all the stuff that we don't have. Then it's compiling that list,
Which, of course,
obtaining all that
is
stuff.
good stewardship because you don't want to buy something. Oh, we did have that. No, so I appreciate that.
No, and so we try to do our kind of a bit of a cleaning before vacation, and then you need to clean again after.
And do you remember offhand when Vacation Bible School is?
It is the last week of June into July, so it's
Yeah.
So the July 4th weekend, that'll be the Sunday where the kids will sing at 11 o'clock.
Sure,
That week, so it's the
Yep.
last week to the first week of July.
that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. So looking forward to that. That's always a good.
It is a
What's
great
the
week.
theme this year for Vacation Bible School?
Rainforest Falls.
Rainforest Falls.
Yes, and you'll be happy to know I don't believe this story takes place in a rainforest, but you will be happy to know that the Cave of Adullam is
No.
one of the children's
No.
Bible stories.
Folks, this
Yes.
is the story. If you're not familiar with the Cave of Adullam, that's the one where David sneaks up on King Saul while he's taking a break. He's in the restroom
Yes, he goes into the hall, into the
cave to
to-
take a rest,
Yes.
but he ain't resting.
Yes.
That's why they call it the restroom. But you ain't resting. And cuts off a corner of his robe while he's resting. And you just picture that and you go, why on earth would you sneak up behind a person doing what they're doing and cut a piece of their robe?
I don't know, but it should be pretty exciting for the kids as we act out that story. Yes.
I shudder to think what's on the supply list for
Oh.
that Bible story.
We're gonna make a cave.
Okay.
It's gonna be epic.
It's not the
Yes.
cave part that I'm.
We're gonna make an epic cave. There are gonna be places for all the children to hide. Then
Yeah.
we'll recruit a. You would make a great King Saul. You could come in looking for a place to rest.
To rest. We got to keep
And the
using air
children
quotes.
could come and chop off of the
piece
hem of
of
your robe.
robe while I'm resting.
Yes.
Telling you, it's a real story, and we're not exaggerating.
The kids are gonna love it.
It's
though.
yeah. Using the bathroom in a cave, and that's one of the Bible stories. I love that. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So
So-
I believe that's day 3.
Okay.
So looking at what we need to transform,
I guess I gotta get ready.
create a cave. Yes.
Whatever that means.
Okay, you get ready.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. is
Yeah.
right.
What do we do? What kind of Bible stories are we picking? Come on, group publishing.
I think it's a great story.
Does that mean-
they haven't used this story before.
No, right?
And we're gonna go all the way with it.
You have
Yes.
to.
Yes.
You have to live it out literally. Okay,
Yes,
let's not do that. Let's not. The Bible is colorful, folks.
The Bible's colorful. It's
Yeah.
got a great story and stories you just got to share.
You just got to share.
Yeah, and I think
right?
the kids will get into that one.
So does that mean the snack area would be the Rainforest Cafe?
The Rainforest Cafe. I thought you were going to look
No,
for
I'm not
themed
go-
treats.
no,
for
no,
and I was
no,
like, no, I don't think we're going to go that far, Pastor.
We
We
could do
got to
that-
draw a line somewhere.
We could do that kitty litter cake with the Tootsie Rolls in it.
We already have done that, actually, haven't we? yeah.
King Saul's cake. There you go.
Yes, but the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Prob-
That's a great one.
probably under trademark, but
Mm-hmm.
but when you say rainforest, it makes me think about the Rainforest Cafe. So
I love that. I love that.
if you lived in the in the decade of the 90s, the Rainforest Cafe.
I do.
I had to
actually.
take Carl there when he was but a wee one, and
Yeah.
yep, you pay for the ambiance, not for the quality of food. Is all I'm going to
I
say.
don't remember the quality
It was
of food.
definitely you paid for the ambiance.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. So it's kind of like when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you're not paying for the pizza, the quality of the pizza. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but you get the great ambiance. there.
ambiance,
Yeah,
yes.
it's pretty amazing.
I got
Yes.
monkeys screaming in my ears while I'm trying to eat a jungle burger. It's great.
Oh,
were
yeah,
the
we're going to
days.
replicate that.
Those
That's going
were
to be
the
true.
days.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
if you're feeling like a little bit of the heat is going to get to you by that point, the desert sun, come to
Coming-
the rainforest.
Right. We have already purchased 200 humidifiers that we're going to fill with water to
Now you're
humidify
thinking.
the whole
Now you're
the whole
thinking.
building, so
Yes.
it's damp when you come. And
Yes. I think it's going to be great.
no, it's always fun. We always have a great time
we
at
have a great
Vacation
time.
Bible School.
We have a great time.
And always great music, great energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no downside to Vacation Bible School at all. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, and I know you got that. We got the trips. We got a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk
and then
about
it's just
that this weekend.
and everything we do on a week-to-week basis as well.
That's right. So we got that coming up. So, and just as I said on Sunday, Saturday, we're going to tell you about all the high school trips coming up and some of the fundraising that they need to
Yes.
do, so that if you have the ability, you have the opportunity to help with very specific.
They saw
needs.
so much support just last week.
Yeah.
And we weren't even doing the official rollout, but
Yeah.
they saw so much love and
that's
support
good.
there. That's really good.
That is good. So I went to the dentist yesterday.
You did?
Yeah. Well, technically, I went to the oral surgeon yesterday.
Was this just a checkup, or was this a, dive in and
It was a
get to work?
No, it was somewhere in the middle, where they had to take out the sutures from
So yeah, they're doing some work.
doing some work. They had to make sure everything looked good.
Right.
They did a head CAT scan X-ray thing on me, where they put you in this machine just at your head and they spin the thing around, and so they did that, and everything was A-okay. But clearly they want a little bit more, not because there's an issue, but I think that because they put screws in, they want a little bit more healing and cohesion in the jaw
Okay.
before they attach things. So in other words, everything looked great, and they just want the thing, whatever they did, those screws to like have the bone grow around them, I guess, is essentially what they're working on now.
What they're going to do.
Yep.
Okay.
But they don't need me to be on antibiotics or the antibacterial rinse anymore to keep, they're happy with the healing. So as the continuing saga goes, in 3 months, they will finally take impressions
Yes.
for making some fake teeth.
Wow. And those going to get installed, the day after Christmas?
In 2027, yes.
Yes.
December 26, 2027. So that's what it feels like, right? So 3 more months, they'll take the impressions. They say they take about a month to make, but I don't know how soon after they make them do they let me come in and they, I don't glue them into, I don't know what they do, put them in. So
Yeah, but it's not something you do it yourself.
no, I can't save money and say make the teeth and hand them over. I'll just
Yeah.
do it myself.
Just do it myself.
Well, I probably wouldn't really be a good idea.
No.
So-
No. It can't be that much harder than trimming your own hair.
Yeah, right. I'd cut my own hair. How hard would it be installing teeth?
Installing your own teeth.
That's right. Well, George Washington had his own fake teeth. You know that he had ivory. I guess they were ivory back then.
Were they ivory?
Yeah, there was this old wives' tale that it was wood.
I
it's
remember.
not
I've
wood.
heard the story that it was wooden
yeah,
teeth.
that's a wives' tale. It was
Yeah, I
ivory.
can't imagine that would work out too well
No,
when you start
you-
to think about that.
Yeah, you'd get splinters, and after a while they'd fall apart, right? So
Yeah,
So-
you maybe have to reapply some varnish every few years.
every so often, a fresh coat of white paint, right? But I will have, I don't know, some sort of man-made hard whatever they use now, polymer. I don't know what they
Some
use.
sort of polymer.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So after, like I said, by the time I'm, 80, maybe I only have those three and nothing else. I don't know, right? So
Well, that,
I'm hoping
built
they
to last.
last for the rest of my life. I don't ever want to do this again. So, or have to do that with other teeth, right? So,
very, yeah.
but it is interesting to note, though, that on my way out yesterday, I ran into one of the other dentists in that practice. And they were walking between the main office and where the oral surgery happens. There's like 2 offices.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah.
I've only been to one.
So, because you have better teeth than me. So,
today,
yeah,
I go.
as of today. As of
You
forever. As of forever, you do. So, anyways, I'm walking out, and one of the other dentists is walking between the 2 offices and gives me a shout out. I was kind of shocked. I mean,
It's nice when you have you're crossing the way and a dentist just can shout your name.
shout your name. I figured
terrific.
a hi, but when my name gets uttered, I was absolutely floored that somebody, it's a big practice,
Yeah.
that they would know me by sight.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dr. Lay said hi to me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, it wasn't because she saw my teeth from a distance and went, "Oh, that's Pastor Ben." She just knew me.
But she knew you.
Yeah. So how about that? Yeah, I don't expect that kind of recognition out in the world.
That's great.
I barely get it here. Who are you again, and why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? But we do have church council tonight.
Yeah, that's exciting.
We got all sorts of things to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We got Stephanie was giving me an update on the updated babies ministry.
Yes.
And-
She's doing phenomenal at that.
And,
That's been
she's also our
wonderful.
communications director, but she took this on as a volunteer project, and she gave me an update of all the things that are going on with that. We have to talk about, as you know, we are still dealing with putting in better protocols for security, because we had that issue in the back last month, which we told everybody about. We got updates on that. We also still are nothing serious yet, but we're still looking at, okay, what would it be if we did some new chairs in the sanctuary? And once again, it's not an official thing, and we're not rolling anything out next week, but we're still looking at that project, because we kind of like go, there's enough projects to last us until the next millennium, so we got to slowly work through those projects. So looking at a chair tonight. So
Looking at some chairs.
yeah.
Some of them
Like
are
I
looking
said,
kind of
though,
tired in the sanctuary.
yeah, nothing solid yet in terms of a project, but we're still looking at things, and
It's been something. Yeah, a lot of those.
It's on the list,
It
'cause-
takes a list. It takes a while.
that's
so
right. And as some of you will
Goes back
remember,
to good stewardship.
it is, one thing at a time. But some of you might remember when we did carpeting last year, so it's been a year. One of the questions that came up was, well, what about the chairs?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, we got to do one thing at a time, and we'll move on to that eventually. So we haven't forgotten that. We're still just trying to see if that's something that we could, with all of us, pool our money and fundraise for that. So you don't want to do things continually, but maybe once a year a project, and
Well, I mean,
Take care of
in
some
some
stuff.
ways, it does take staying on top of things every year. There's something that's got to get. Otherwise, you get too far behind.
yeah, and then
It gets tough too.
and if you get too far behind, then you're back at 2019 with a big list.
A big list.
As we well know. So we got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be talking about with council, and should be a good, productive meeting. And you heard me announce, if you worshiped with us, we've raised about $107,000 to put into savings, and what a blessing that is from everybody's generosity, just to have money there if there's ever a catastrophic emergency, and we don't immediately have to go, hey, everybody, we need your help. Oh, we have the ability to make decisions in a quick way if we need to. So that's good too.
It is good.
So
That is good.
yeah, so that's kind of the catch up around here. I look forward to finishing off our sermon series on our mission statement this weekend. The payoff being something called sanctification. In other words, the process of becoming holy, which is the path of inspired growth. And sometimes I think folks want to get as far as I can be real. I've got who welcomes me and gives me radical grace, but I don't want to respond to that.
Yeah.
Or even worse, I can't respond to that. Well, yeah, I think you can. So we're going to talk about that last piece of our mission statement this weekend coming up. So that should be good too.
I think that's important.
Yeah. So that's what's cooking here at church. What we have something very, very special for you today. We had a song that was written, and when I say a song written, we automatically go to Keith Thompson. But we had a song written by our very own Allie Wingfield, which is Robbie Wingfield's daughter. She attends Faith Junior High over on the other side of town, and she has this tremendous talent. Her voice is beautiful.
Yeah.
She's in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a song, and she brought it to her dad, Robbie, and said, "Dad, I wrote this song. Can you help me put it together?" And they did. And this past weekend, Allie sang it for us at the 11 o'clock service. Now, tech isn't perfect. Our tech team is, but tech is not perfect. Otherwise, we would have gone dead in that moment. They would have just shut it off, right? So
They are perfect, though.
Yeah, right. Had to yeah, and then power went. Everything went nutty at 11 o'clock for our streaming. Mm-hmm. And so, as much as we'd love to show you a recording from what we have, everything kind of shut down.
Yeah.
So we actually were blessed enough for Charisse Wingfield, Robbie's wife, Allie's mom. She recorded this on her phone, so we have a copy of it. Mm-hmm. And so, and I was told it sounds pretty good for being a phone recording. So we are going to go to 11 o'clock and hear Allie Wingfield sing a song that she wrote to share with all of us.
I love that.
Yeah.
But when the night is over and I've got nowhere
First of all, phone technology has improved.
Yeah,
over
that
the
is true.
years. I mean, that was some high quality video right there.
Right, right. And if you didn't get a chance to see it over the weekend,
Yeah.
yeah, you still get that chance, even if our stuff goes out. That was great.
That's right. That's right. So, beautiful song. You know, the only thing it lacked is you couldn't see the lyrics because we do that with what our
Yes.
technology. But what a beautiful song. The fact that, you know, what a wonderful young woman of faith writing Christian music.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, you know, her and her dad putting it all together.
It's really really cool to
Really
see.
special.
Really wonderful that she has that passion, and then just has I mean, just just an incredible ability, and just the work it takes to make something like that. That's
right.
wonderful.
So we just thank Allie for being a part of that, and you know, and I love the fact that we've shared some special moments with Allie. A few years ago, I baptized her. I know she took her first communion here
She did.
with us, and continues to help out. She sings at the 3 o'clock family service, or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock
2
now.
o'clock. Yep.
Family service on Christmas Eve, and often is there
And
for
usually,
vacation
whenever
homeschool.
asked, she does everything she can.
That's right.
To be here for different occasions.
So I love that. So anyways, we just wanted to share that special moment with you. But let me read you to the chorus of this song. Oh God, you're the only reason, God, in every season, you are my only reason to sing. And I think that's a great outlook for not just Allie, but for all of us,
For all of us.
to know that your reason for living it, and whether depending on, and doesn't matter what part of your life it's in, we should just give praises to God. And I was thinking about that, and I keyed in on that word season, you know, that it says, God, in every season, you're my only reason to sing. And I was thinking about what Paul was writing to Timothy, his protege. And so we have these letters, 1st and 2nd Timothy. It's Paul writing to his protege. Paul knows kind of there's going to be a point when he has to kind of hang up his sandals and he's done. As it turned out, he was martyred, so it was sooner than later. But he was trying to build up Timothy to be really to take his place.
Yeah.
And in the second letter, Paul writes this. He tells Timothy, he's like, preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season to correct, rebuke, encourage with great patience and careful instruction. And I love that whole thing. It's like, you know, just be ready to share the good news when it's the right moment, and when it's not the right moment.
Yeah.
In season and out of season.
But I mean, be prepared in any moment. There's a way to share this, and think about that.
Yeah, and I think when you think about, you know, in any season, I want to sing my praises to you. Allie sang that, wrote that, but I also think to myself, yeah, in any season, not just when it's convenient, or not just when it's the Sunday morning season or Saturday night season, but all the time, be ready to share God's love with somebody.
Yep.
And I think that is super important, because I think sometimes we compartmentalize. I can say that once every 100 times. Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize.
That's a hard word.
It is a tricky
Can't
one,
believe
isn't
it
it?
just rolled off the tongue that time. We compartmentalize our life, where we're like, oh, well, Sunday morning or Saturday night, that's my religious time, and then, you know, Sunday afternoon, that's football time, and then, you know, Monday through Friday is this time, and we don't necessarily always carry that thread of faith throughout the week. It's like, oh, it's just limited to Sunday or Saturday, right? And so I think it's a good reminder to us that we live our faith out all the time. So that's the first one. So the second one is think about what you preached about. I know you've probably forgotten it already.
What was that?
The prodigal son.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, see, I knew if I said the word
If
prodigal.
you just, it gave me a little bit of a hint.
Something. And that word shows up in the song. But when I find my way back, a prodigal return, your arms are opened wide, Lord, you saved me. And what I picked out from Luke 15 is that line that Jesus uses after each story. So he tells 3 stories about, you know, the lost sheep, the lost coin, and then the lost son.
Son.
And he summarizes the stories in this way, and he does this multiple times. But go ahead, Luke 15, verse 7.
It says, I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent.
So Jesus is like, I'm coming down here to like a big rescue mission, and I'm here to help people, and especially the profoundly lost, disenfranchised, ignored, maligned, and he's like, it's really important that the people that don't appear to matter to God. And at this point in my life, I'm well within the 99. I mean, it's not a brag. I'm just saying, like I'm not wayward. I'm not, I know, I guess in a different way, I know which side my bread's buttered on, and want to live into that. So I'm one of the 99. But man, I'm all over not feeling jealous about the one who gets lavished God's grace on, and I think that was the issue with the other son in the story, is he didn't see that he was being loved all the way through that time.
And it's a dangerous thing, what we can take for granted.
Right.
All the blessings we have that we just take for granted.
Yeah, and you miss it,
Yeah.
and you don't see it, or as you take it for, and then all of a sudden you're bitter when someone else is fussed over because they've been struggling. And certainly, you see a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of anger about, why would we do this for them, and they don't deserve it, and and yet we hear again and again that God cares about people who've lost their way, and they have not found their way back to Him, or never knew Him. And Jesus is like, this is a big deal. And God's heart is to those who are seeking. I mentioned that 2 weeks ago, right? The Lord rewards those who diligently or earnestly seek Him. Well, these three stories are about lost and found things, and God cares about the lost things. And I think that if we are attuned properly, that we should be more like the father in that story, who celebrates what was lost and then was found, versus, I can't believe he's back, and I can't believe we're, making a fuss over him, and it's like, right?
Yeah.
So, I think when we reflect, we want to be attuned to know two things. One, we're already loved. We're already loved.
Yeah.
And someone else getting loved does not diminish the love that God has for us, right?
Yeah.
Love is not a set quantity. So we don't have to resource hoard God's love. Like, well, if God loves more people, then I'm going to get, no. Let's not worry about or be jealous of those who found their way back to church, found their way back to God, found their way to Jesus for the first time. We gotta be like having that heavenly party, where there's more rejoicing in heaven over one than the 99 that don't need to. It's okay to be one of the 99 and just know that you're loved. That's enough.
That's enough.
Right? I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
It is a gift to be a part of the community and just take time and we should appreciate the blessings we have.
That's right.
That's what that older son should have done.
Yeah.
It was just, hey, every day I can wake up and I can give thanks for all the gifts that surround me.
That's right.
Every single day. And I think that's a good lesson for all of us.
And the father was sharing everything with him and was loving him. And, and you don't want to parse the story too much, but in that culture, the older brother would have received more than the younger. So the way inheritance worked or the birthright worked, the older brother would receive more. That's just how life was back then. So the younger son received less. It wasn't a 50-50 split, received less, sent him on his way. And so already the older son who stayed faithful, in quotes, other than his bitterness, already had more of a portion of the inheritance than the younger. And so, and yet even with that, he's still mad,
Yeah.
you know.
Although we can find a lot of ways to be bitter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's just no room for that. And we got to let that stuff go and not be jealous of others, because it just doesn't serve God. It doesn't serve you. And it only makes things worse.
That's right.
So when you think about that party, it's a big deal to think about God's heart to those who are lost, those who are unsure. And, and if you want to think about it in a different way, at some point, if you're a person of faith, at some point in your life, when it all finally clicked, Jesus knows me, he loves me, not just as an intellectual argument, but also you feel it in your heart, that when your brain and heart aligned, whenever that moment was in your life, there was a party, there was rejoicing in heaven about that moment. So you didn't miss out on the heavenly party. You've already had yours. And at some point in your life, that when all that connected, there was a yay God moment up in heaven about you, when it all made sense. And so we don't need to deprive future folks of that same joy or having that same joy when that happens to them. It happened for you. It will happen for others as too. So we just join in on that party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's one more line for you from the song. I lift my hands up to the sky, Lord, I praise your name on high. I come to you on bended knee. I take my place down at your feet. By the way, I love that because it contrasts, raising and praising with a humility of being up and down, right? Mm-hmm. So I like the pairing or the musicality of that.
Yeah, that's great.
Like that. But I went back to Isaiah 43, or Isaiah 45, excuse me. In Isaiah 45, God is speaking through Isaiah, and you will hear something that sounds like something from the New Testament, which, of course, a good amount of material is reimagined. I was going to say recycled, but reimagined. Doesn't that sound better?
Yeah,
reimagined in the New Testament. So you're going to hear this from the original source. So this is God speaking. He says, by myself I have sworn, my mouth has uttered in all integrity a word that will not be revoked. In other words, God's saying, I'm going to say something, and it is going to happen, and it is truthful, it is real, and it will not change. So God's like, I'm laying down my marker here. Mm-hmm. And this is what he's saying will happen. Before me, this is God, before me, every knee will bow, and by me, every tongue will swear, confess. They will say of me, in the Lord alone are righteousness and strength. So that might have some, somewhere, let's say maybe Philippians chapter 2. I'm just pulling a name and a number, right?
Yeah.
Where that sounds familiar, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the source material comes to us from Isaiah 45. It's not unlike when we talked about the Lord's Prayer. Every petition of the Lord's Prayer has a counterpoint or a foundation in Old Testament theology. Mm-hmm. So the Lord's Prayer, if you remember this, I said, isn't necessarily a Christian prayer other than we claim it as ours. Mm-hmm. But everything that Jesus prayed in the Lord's Prayer, line by line, has supporting and foundational value and theology found in the Old Testament. Mm-hmm. Same thing here, that one day every knee will bow and every tongue will confess, and the New Testament part that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of the Father. So here we have God saying, just so you know, one day every knee will bow, and by me every tongue will confess and say that in the Lord alone are righteousness and strength, nowhere else. That you will find a relationship with God, the only relationship that has real value and sustaining power, into eternity. And God's the only one who is going to give you strength in times of great spiritual weakness. So I really like that, so that I come to you on bended knee and I take my place down at your feet, because one day every knee will bow and every tongue will swear, will confess.
Yeah.
So
How about that?
Yeah. So Allie has a very biblical song.
It is, and it's a great song.
Yeah.
That is super great.
And we're really happy that Cherise, mom, recorded that so that we could have that too.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, we hope you have a good rest of your day. We hope things are going well, and we hope that you have a good rest of your week. We won't be back until Thursday at our normal 3 o'clock time.
Yes.
And we hope you can join us. But with that, until then, Philip is not with us today because they are getting ready for the big Composers Showcase 20th, is that right? 20th anniversary show. And that's not, that's a big deal because it's actually in Reynolds Hall at the Smith Center, the big
Yeah,
room.
big room.
And tickets are still available, by the way. And they're putting this thing together. So Philip and Keith both are getting all these details down for tomorrow night, 7:30, I believe it is.
But they are busy right now.
They are super busy. We met with them this morning, so they were here. But then they're like, the rest of the day is Composer Showcase. So so you will not see Philip on the way out. But we hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless you. We love you. Take care, and we'll see you on Thursday.
All right.
Bye bye. Or not.